Hey guys, I'm going to do an early recap today because I had a really, really great day and I feel myself getting antsy. So I'm just going to close it out. I'm going to do this instead and lock in the gains, come in tomorrow with a fresh mindset. So the flavor of the day was both ACHV and IGC. Um, I actually had some really small IGC that I gapped like late day. I forgot to put it on the webcast or the journal yesterday, but I think I had a 332 average. So that's what this sell is pre-market. And then what I did is I dip bought based off of these lows and then sold the core of my position. Um, dip bought here, sold there. And then I started accumulating a bit more and got rid of it flat here. This is just a tough trader. But one thing I did notice was you guys know I love those high volume spots. Yesterday we had this little pop right here, 339, and it's also the high from yesterday. So I went ahead and started using that as my guide. And we were holding up pretty well, over under, found some support here, and started breaking this little downtrend as well. So I saw huge offers on the ask, and it was chewing through them. So I started in here and reduced to about half size in this pot because I didn't have a ton of confidence. But you see, we claim VWAP and we hold it, over under, and then we really start building from there. I minimized the shit out of this trade, but that's the way it goes. Long story short, though, I got from I think my average from here was 348, and then my best sell was 379, and could have rode this out a little bit more. This was a sick trender. This is the other thing that gave me confidence is when it latched onto the 15 and just kind of held above VWAP and then just rode it. But I sold into strength up through here. I thought maybe it needed a pullback because it's just all green candles. Um, so next time, what I'd like to improve on is using some of these trending signals and hold it on a little bit. Just for this type of parabolic, like this volume blow off right here is exactly where you want to sell it and exactly where you want to get short. Although on this type of move, it's tricky. I wouldn't want to get in front of this one. So I did not. So good longs. Today was actually all longs. Um, IGC, that was IGC. Let's see, HC, ACHV. This one was a dip buy. I don't like dip buying below VWAP because they can just do kind of like this. I mean, they could just keep selling into you, and it's just not a high probability trade. I like washouts. I like tape acceleration into some of these trending areas. You can see here all day we're holding that 15-minute. And so that's what happened here. I scooped some and just kind of let it work itself out, and then I sold into strength. Um, had a little bit left added into this rip once we kind of broke these this downtrend. The tape was speeding up crazy, and I added a little bit, but then I quickly took off into strength because even from my ad, you're looking at another 20 cents. So sold all that, bought a wash, and then sold, and then I was all out after all this. This was a nice gainer. Good patience. I usually can't hang around this long, honestly, but I'm working on that. Here is when I was like, oh shit, I need to step away or do something because look how I mean, we're up a ton. We're up like 75% on the day, and I'm like, oh God, the next leg's coming. We're gonna squeeze 550 plus $6. And I bought a little bit and I sold it immediately after flat. I was like, this is not what I do. Um, the chart was extended. I think I bought like in through here. The 15-minute hadn't caught up yet. It was just a bad decision that I quickly realized and then just sold it for flat. And I haven't touched it since. I was really considering this dip buy right here, and the reason is on the 60-minute, this high volume area. uh, is 455, 454. And when we had these quick washes down, it also coincides with VWAP too. Um, Look at the low, 455, and you get a 20-cent bounce pretty quickly within 2 minutes. And that's the type of trade where if I take that trade with all of this overhead, I'm looking for just a scalp. And if it doesn't work immediately, I'm hitting the bid. I'm out of the trade. Might maybe a 5 cent loss or something like that. And this one would have worked, but it was up so much. There was consolidation from 1 o'clock to 2:45, so it's a couple hour long consolidation, which means a ton of volume that could just. I mean, I've tried to do this stuff in the past, and I've just established some rules to keep me out of these type of dumps that just are seemingly endless. It looks like we might be finding a little bit here, but I'm gonna let it settle off. I think the trade for me now is probably tomorrow, and we see how we react around this high volume area of 455. That'll be a nice over under, and I wouldn't, all this volume today, it's like record setting volume. You see that it sells off every day, and I didn't have with these dip buys a ton of confidence to hold out for longer. But you can see when you dip buy, I like buying weakness more than I honestly don't chase strength. I don't hit the offer. If I can get filled and add liquidity, I will do it into other people's panic. That's what I like doing, and it does come with some risk, but I feel like I've shown that there's some edge there. So um, if if we're running up and we're panicking and we're staying above VWAP, I mean, this is the type of shit that can happen. So it's no clear setup here. This thing was, I wouldn't say spready, but jumpy. We're all over the place. Back and through here, there was definitely I was seeing gosh, what was it? I think it was actually here 431s. There was a bidder there, not on the level two, but on the actual tape, filling 50 plus thousand on the bid at 431. I don't care a ton about what the tape says. I don't care about someone spoofing their size and showing, a ton of size on the level two. Like if it's not filling, I don't care. But I do pay attention to large orders that go through the tape, and that was a sign, at least for me, not to get short. But it would have been really nice, like if I took a long there, but I didn't really have a great setup. I mean, if we stick to the trend, I could have bought some risking off this low of 423 or 427, but I just didn't take it. No big deal. And I'm happy that I did not get stuck in any of this shit. So, the other one for today was Facebook. Um, this one was something that I've been looking for a while, and from that big gap down way back here, I always look for these outliers in volume. Here, let me do it on here. Okay, so here's this big outlier volume on the 60 minute, and what we've got here is 41 million traded with a low at 169. Yesterday, we tested that level for the first time in, a little while since we got below it. So that was an area of interest for me, that 169 spot. And also yesterday's highs, because a lot of times what you see is um, we breached it and got under, and there was no follow through. But if you take in consideration the 169 and this high, once we got over that confirmed as support, I was a dip buyer. And what I actually did was used VWAP as a guide, also these 169s as an over under spot. I started in, and then once we broke this high, I added a little bit more. House is money, set my stop at break even, and then I sold into basically you could see right in through here. This was a target area for me, like this 171, 72s is where I sold. This was previous support and resistance when we got over here. So looking like a great sell. I mean, could have kept ripping, but that was my plan, and I just I think that was a $2 trade overall. And that was a good use of House's money. Um, I did lie. I wasn't all long today. I did do the pizza, the Papa John's, off of that news yesterday that was stated that there was a buyout. Then they said, okay, here's the buyout, $4. Oh, no buyout. Slams back down, and we're still holding up, which is crazy because yesterday the SPY also was dumping like crazy, and this thing just held on. So I thought today, hey, let me get short, risking around this 50, uh, 50 cents, 50 area. And when I saw it reclaim VWAP, I just cut it. I had 100 shares on this. It was a starter position. I really wanted to see this high volume area here start acting as a top, and even here, even better if we got below. I would add House's money once again for something towards like 46 because if the rumor was false, why are we up? But the market doesn't give a shit. It's going to do what it wants, and you have to respect it. So this was a $60 loss. I'm sorry, $69 loss, and and that was pretty much it, guys. So great day today. I'm calling it a day. I'm going to go hit the gym, let these charts shake out, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great one.